He's tall and he's dark, and like a shark, he looks for trouble. That's why the zeros double. Mr. Kiss Kiss Pod Pod. Hello and welcome to KinoBond today. And today, a special podcast because I have with me my wife, Ping Wong. Hello, Ping.
Hello, bonjour, everybody.
Welcome to KinoBond. So a special show today because it's going to be in English because you don't speak a lot of French.
Un petit peu.
So we will do it in English, especially today again. And I'm very happy to have you because you're going to bring once again a much needed feminine touch to my show.
I try.
And also the perspective of a foreigner because you're from China.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, this James Bond that we're going to talk about today is the first James Bond that was shot in China, in your hometown of?
The Shanghai.
Exactly. So maybe you guessed it. Today we're going to talk about an exceptional James Bond, 2014. No, I forgot what year it is.
2012.
12, exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Skyfall.
Skyfall.
So Skyfall is the third James Bond with Daniel Craig. It's James Bond number 24, and it marks the 50-year anniversary of James Bond.
Yes.
It's amazing because the first one was in 1962,
Yes.
Dr. No, and now I'm interested very much to know about your own experience as a Chinese person who grew up in China with James Bond.
It's my turn.
Yes, your turn. When did you first, did you go to see him in the theater or was it not allowed when you were a kid?
No, of course we're allowed to go to see James Bond.
Okay.
So I watched it. I think when I like 13 years older.
Okay.
And their translation already doubled, the most doubled the Chinese language and put in the TV.
Cool.
So the summer vacation we have James Bond. We watched.
Do you remember the first James Bond you saw?
First one is, I think that version is the 1970 version. That James Bond, I forgot the name. I just remember his eyes green.
The green eyes.
Yeah, it's very 1970. Every girl has straight long hair and a beautiful dress, very feminine.
Yes, I think you're talking about Roger Moore.
Yes, Roger Moore.
Yeah, he was very handsome. He was the second James Bond of the series, and the first one was Sean Connery, the one where you say had a lot of hairs.
Yeah, but I because the green eye, the one, what's his name again?
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore is the first one I watched. So in my opinion, he is James Bond for long time. Other people acting James Bond, I just don't feel it's James Bond.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They say the James Bond you grew up with is your James Bond forever.
Yeah, it's my version.
Interesting. Yeah, I also grew up with Roger Moore because the first James Bond I saw went with him as well. But I have a soft spot for Sean Connery. And now I want to talk about Daniel Craig.
Yes.
Because when Daniel Craig was announced, a lot of people said, no, not him, he's blonde, he looks like a bad guy, he doesn't look like James Bond. So what were you thinking when they first cast Daniel Craig in Casino Royale with cheese?
I actually don't know who they casting because I just go to watch the movie.
Yes.
And for the very beginning, I already thinking he is James Bond. The sea, he run chasing the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And go on that construction things.
Love it.
And just one shot, he finished everything.
Yes.
Action, have speeder, have the energy, have the James Bond whole atmosphere. I think he put himself, proved that he is the one. Really good.
I love it. I think it's very interesting what you're saying because a lot of people were doubting him, and then they saw that first scene, and everybody fell in love with him and said it was James Bond.
Also, I think he represented a different James Bond compared before the one called Pierre, the very good looking
Pierce
one.
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Pierce
Yes.
Brosnan more like surrounded by women, very floating.
Yes.
But Daniel Craig, the James Bond, go back to the James Bond, I really think is the very low key and endured hardship. And also he is a man, not only play with the woman, but he really fall in love with woman. He
Yes,
will,
yes.
he's a true man. Compare another look like he's a playboy. You know, he is really true man.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think they went back to more like Jason Bourne. You know, they're
Yeah.
trying to be more realistic
Yes.
and to have a James Bond with more responsible and who
Yes.
just doesn't like to bed the women and kill the bad guy and drink martini.
Because what he do is a serious job. He should be have those qualified, you know.
Yes.
He should, yeah.
Absolutely.
Character, not only a character, also just do any job. You need to qualify for that. You need to have those things, elements, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is interesting with this James Bond, which is considered one of the best Bond of the series, is that Daniel Craig did a movie with a director named Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes.
Yes, he did a movie called Road to Perdition, which was a wonderful movie with where Tom Hanks was playing a gangster with his son,
I
and
never
that was
watched
one
that.
of I think that was Paul Newman's last role. It was a very beautiful movie about the gangster, you know,
I
in
know
the
which
snow,
one.
you know.
I know which one. Okay,
Yes.
okay. I think because in China they all give the different name,
Right.
Chinese name. So when you speak English name, I don't know which one. But when you describe the movie, I know which one.
Yes, yes. So one night he was at a party in Hollywood, Daniel Craig, and he saw Sam Mendes, and he did that movie with him. And Daniel Craig was drunk, and he went to Sam Mendes and he told him, "You're gonna direct the next James Bond."
Oh my god.
And then the next day, Daniel Craig called the broccoli, you know, not the vegetable, but the producer. They're named Broccoli.
Oh my god,
Yes.
cool guy.
And he said to Barbara Broccoli, the daughter of the producer, he said, "I'm sorry, maybe I offered the part of the director to Sam Mendes yesterday when I was drunk."
So he remembered.
So he remembered after, but thankfully the Broccoli were very interested to have a real strong directors because they had very good director before, but maybe not as strong as this one, you know. And he brought with him an amazing director of photography named Roger Dickens,
Yes.
which means that this James Bond is very beautiful to look at. The picture, you remember how beautiful it is, the lighting and all the
Yes.
composition?
Yeah, especially at the beginning when the music starts.
Yes.
Yeah, really great.
Yes, we start in Turkey, you know, and it's very, very beautifully shot. And, you know, the better the villain, the better the film, Alfred Hitchcock said. And this time they convinced a great actor named Javier Bardem. Did you know the Spanish actor named Javier Bardem?
I don't know very well.
Yes.
But he is very good. Yeah, in the James Bond movie, he
Yes.
is very good.
He's good. And he was looking for a way to stand out a little bit. And that's why he dyed his hair blonde like this, you know. And you know, when the director knew that he was interested in the part, it's because he asked the screenplay to be translated in Spanish.
Oh, so he really
He really wanted to do it. Yeah. I think maybe most of those guys they grew up with James Bond, you know, so it's a big deal for them to be in a James Bond in a way, you know.
Yes, true.
And that's why I like Daniel Craig because he really loved the character, even though every time he finished a movie, he said never again because it's very difficult physically. He still protected the character. He brought some ideas, and he really wanted to bring a beautiful 4 movies. Except the one before was not very good, but the first one was excellent.
Yes.
And some
First one actually is we call 敲门砖. It's a thing knock the door and open it for him. Everybody
Yes.
accept it.
exactly.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yes, the same thing happened with Batman in 1989 when he was played with Michael Keaton. He was a little guy who was losing his hair and everything, and then people said, "This is not Batman," and then he proved them wrong by being super intense and very powerful.
Yes.
So that's great. Do you know Dame Judi Dench?
And Judy Dench is.
She's the old woman who plays his boss in the film, you know, M.
Okay. She's British.
Yes,
actor,
wonderful British actor, and she's basically the Bond girl in the movie, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
She's more important than all the other girls in the film.
Yeah. Also, this film didn't really too much the love story. More like really the storyline still on the mission.
Yes.
I think it's very important.
There is one creepy scene where the girl Berenice Marlowe, who's a French girl who's playing the girlfriend of Silva, the bad guy, you know, and she's taking a shower, and all of a sudden Bond appears behind her naked, you know, and it's a bit creepy, you know, because he didn't ask for permission to get into the shower.
Yeah, I think they just want to have some material the media, used to promoting the movie. I feel like that.
True. And what is interesting is this with this movie they brought back the Aston Martin, the car, you know.
Uh-huh.
And they brought back Q. Did you know all, like, you know Q?
I don't know.
He's the guy who makes the gadget.
Ah, okay, okay.
In
Okay.
the old Bond movies, he was an old man.
Yeah.
And in the new one, he's a young man.
Yes.
So it's interesting because it shows that Bond belongs to the past. And he's already a relic, a dinosaur
Yes.
in our world, you know.
I think also they try to bring the, because we live in the very technology wired use the world, so they want to bring the technology also with the Bond, the new Bond.
Absolutely, because Javier Bardem is a hacker in the
Yes,
movie.
yes.
He's closer, even with his look, to Julian Assange, you know, the guy from WikiLeaks.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to really be very current and in touch with our time, you know.
Yes.
Yes. And they also bring back Miss Moneypenny.
Who is Moneypenny?
She's the secretary of M.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
the one who loves James Bond, but nothing ever happens between them.
Yeah, just okay.
She almost becomes like a big sister, you know, with time for him.
Yeah.
And this time she's played by Naomi Harris.
Uh-huh.
And for the first time, we learn her first name.
Oh, in China we call those kind of love called one-way love, only one way, not two-way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very good way to
Yeah.
describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And they took 5 years to bring the film to the screen because they had some big problem with MGM and the creditors. You know, every time they tried to start the movie, they couldn't because they didn't have the money, and MGM was doing very, very bad. And it's interesting because we can talk about a little bit about the future of the franchises now. Barbara Broccoli and her half-brother Michael J. Wilson, they're fighting with Amazon. Amazon buy James Bond.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazon want to buy James
They
Bond?
bought James Bond.
They already bought
They
it?
already bought James Bond.
Oh. Evil capitalize what we can do. Yeah, they have money. I
But
hope
there's
they can value what they have. They don't abuse using it.
so what's happening right now is Barbara Broccoli a couple of weeks ago said Amazons are idiots. They want to take James Bond and make a Miss Moneypenny series,
Yeah,
a
this
Q
what
series. They want to make TV series, TV shows with it.
Yes, yes.
And she said James Bond should be an event. Like a
Yes.
few years, every few years there should be a big movie.
It seems like they try to make a Hermes purse and put tons of copy, put in the supermarket.
Yes, exactly.
Or those cheap money. It's ridiculous.
And also that's how they destroy Star Wars.
Yeah, they.
Because
Anyway.
Star Wars used to be an event, you know, you used to go to the movies, and now it's on Disney Plus, and there's a new series every week, so who cares, you know?
Yes. 物以稀为贵. When things is rare or not easy to access, people have to waiting. Sometimes it's really good because our time, a lot of things you don't have to wait. You want it right away. But I remember at summer vacation, I was waiting until afternoon. I was holding the newspaper. In the middle of the newspaper, we have the schedule of this whole week, the program.
Yes.
So I will one by one to draw under the line what time, what show I want to watch, the movie, the kids movie, everything.
Cool.
And I will waiting for that time to turn on the TV. And I will holding newspaper say, 4 o'clock they have a movie, and we will wait.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I like that kind of thing.
Yes, there's a certain excitement, and it doesn't dilute the product, you know? If you have too much of it, you don't want it anymore.
Yeah, you don't care. Yeah, you don't care.
So she also said that the next James Bond will be in his 30s, 30 years old. It will not be a woman, but she's not opposed of James Bond being a person of color. Do you think James Bond should be a woman?
No, don't change that.
Yeah.
Please. I don't need a lot of things we go to watch because it's follow the original. Just like, for example, if you want a beef soup, they change the pork to make it don't have a beef flavor. Maybe it's same as meat. Pork also nutrition, but no, I want a beef soup. I just want that flavor. So don't change it, become a woman. I just want a man, a decent guy, a normal guy, not trans, not anything, just there.
You don't want woke James Bond.
No, I don't want. Also don't want James Bond have a skirt. That's all. Just a normal one. Give me the normal guy. That's all.
Normal, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna have trouble.
Yes.
I'm gonna get cancelled.
Yes. just a little bit normal. Give it to me. That's
No,
all.
I see what you mean. I want to talk a little bit to you about the music of the film, because they brought Adele to do the theme song.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
She have a beautiful voice. Not those high-pitched, cute voice. She have very low, strong voice.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she brings it back to the original James Bond with Goldfinger, you know, that
Yeah,
like really
those.
strong singers, you know,
Yes, yes, yes.
with
I
a
like
very
it.
powerful voice, yeah. And she won the Oscar for the film,
Mhm.
which is the first time a Bond movie wins an Oscar.
Because that music is too good, you know.
Yes.
It really match the story. Yeah, wonderful.
It's definitely
Perfect.
one of the best, and also the credit sequence, the opening credit sequence
Yeah.
is absolutely gorgeous, you know.
Yes. Yes.
So the
it's
Sam
beautiful.
Mendes pay a lot of attention to the visual of the film,
Yeah.
and you can
Film is a visual product. You need to pay attention on it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Final question:
Yeah.
Have you been to Macau?
I'm in Macau.
That's where they shoot part of the film, you know.
Yeah, but in Macau, I didn't see the place.
The casino where they shot.
The casino, I went there. Yes.
Yeah, because I think they actually recreated it in England.
But because I'm not gambling, so I'm not really allowed to go inside. But I just outside. You know?
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Ping.
You're very welcome.
Welcome to my show and the KinoBond world.
You're very welcome. I hope everybody is okay. My conversation.
We'll see each other and our friends next year. This
Yes.
is the final show of 2024. I'm happy to do it with you.
2024.
Yes.
Time flying.
In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, review, comment, and follow everywhere you listen to the show, especially on YouTube, Abracadapod. And thank you again to you, my Abracadami, my Cine buddies, and my wife.
Give a like. Thank you. That's which one?
That's every James Bond.
Oh, I thought you wanted the Skyfall music.
Can you
one.
sing Skyfall
But
music?
I don't know the lyric. But,
If you can sing the Skyfall music, I will be very happy.
I don't know the lyric.
KinoBond. KinoBond.
I just sing the behind, okay? Let the sky fall when it's crumble. We will still stand tall, face it all together. Let the sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face all together as sky fall.
Merci, chérie.